All right, what is up, guys? It is a beautiful day out here in Boise, Idaho, and I've actually got a new negative G build to show you guys. Been working on this one for a couple of weeks, and just been kind of waiting for parts in the mail, and got the last piece today, so I slapped it all together, drove out to Lucky Peak, and then let me get to this table over here, and I'll throw it down and show you guys the build. All right, guys, here it is. So it's that's just my J Concepts creep that I trimmed to fit. It's my first time not using gunmetal or like a pearl white. It's like a metallic purple. I think it came out pretty good. But let's pop this off and I'll kind of tell you guys what the build is. Okay, so what it is, it's the negative G SC-v1 chassis kit with Phoenix axles from a Vanquish Phoenix. These are the F10 axles. Jess wanted to test these out because the link geometry is pretty similar to the SCX-10 so people were starting to find out that they're almost a direct fit. The rear links are kind of off, so you couldn't just use SCX-10 links, but other than that, it fits pretty good. So, and this isn't available yet, but you know, it's not like a huge secret or anything. So what you would need if you want to do this is you would need the SC-v1 kit, and then he's going to sell like a conversion kit for the Phoenix axles. And so what that's going to be is this little panhard mount on the front axle, and then I think maybe the upper link, maybe the upper link, and then the rear body post mount is slightly different because the wheelbase it's like 5 millimeters longer. And so what I did was I just ordered rear links, front lower links, and then this what is this, the drag link. I just ordered those from In the Works RC because it comes with the panhard and then the front upper link, and then my steering link, it comes with that too, but because it's the steering is mounted so high on the knuckle, it was actually like hitting the side of the chassis even with my 25 millimeter servo horn. So I just ordered this bent link on Amazon. I mean, it came in a full kit, but it was like 16 bucks. It was cheap. Electronics. I'm running my AGFRC 12 volt direct powered servo, which is what I always run. This is a Team Brewed Riot S 1850 kV. So this is like the mid-size can. And then I just started running these Beta FPV 850 4S packs. And so the last piece I was waiting for was the ESC, and you can't see it because of the shrink wrap, but it's a Wraith 32. So if you guys have been like following my channel, you'll know that I've been messing around with the Emax ESCs, and that ESC with this motor, it did not work super well. So I figured I'd try the Wraith 32, and I had literally got it in the mail today. It took me about 5 minutes to program it. Wired it in the truck, test drove it in the garage, made sure everything worked, and then I just drove out to Lucky Peak. So this is actually going to be like my first time driving this truck at Lucky Peak. So you guys are going to get to see how it performs along with me. Hopefully like nothing catches on fire. Even though the Wraith 32 works better than the Emax ESC, it still needed the cap because I was getting that steering glitching. But yeah, it should be all good to go. And then, if you guys aren't super familiar with negative G, what it is it's a complete kit that comes with the body post mounts, the servo mount, the primary drive with the spur gear, transfer case, comes with drive shaft extension pieces for your, just because the transfer case is mounted like it's so small. And they perform really well. I mean, if you look at it, if you look at the profile and you see how low the LiPo is mounted in there, I mean, you can tell just by looking at this that these trucks have like amazing CG. So they just perform really well. They're super easy to, you know, get going because there's not like any guesswork. You just take your donor truck and swap everything over. But, you know, I've got tons of videos on that stuff. And then as far as the body post mounting, people have asked me about that before. So for the front, all I'm doing is I'm using 2 packs of body post for the TRX4 Sport. And I'm only using, I think it's the rear post because it's a flat top. And then I just cut, you know, like a 1/2 inch off the bottom of the post. And then I have to drill new holes in the body mount to get it mounted. And then in the rear, this is actually a custom flat body post mount that I had Jess make for me, just because I like to mount my creep bodies super low. I think he's probably going to put those on the site if he hasn't already. And then you'll see that we just run these rubber bands to help with droop. This is like my storage setting. So like when I go to drive, I'm going to actually cross these over so they're tight. And the suspension can still extend, but it just helps the truck droop basically. Okay, so that's kind of the overview. They do come with a rear bumper that's like comp legal. I'm just not running one on this build. Just wanted to throw that in there. So let me get the body on and we're gonna see how this thing does in the rocks. All right guys, I don't want this video to run on too long, so I'm just gonna jump right over here to the hard stuff. This line here in the middle, this is typically only reserved for trucks with capper axles because they had so much steering and because they were wider. But you know, we'll give it a try. Because you've got to hook this with your left tire once you get over the lip. It's kind of interesting running a truck with no brass. Looks like it might do it. Oh. First scratches. Okay, let's try that one again. See, I honestly think, I don't know if it's wide enough. Or it might just be that it doesn't have brass. Okay. Okay, couldn't do that one. We'll see if we can do these 2 lines. Super steep. Some of my favorite lines. I actually found this line. But let's see how the Phoenix does. Oh. It's so hard to film and drive. You see how it's picking up that right front tire? That's torque twist. Come on, man, get over there. See that right front tire up in the air? Oh. I'm not sure if we can do this one. ESC is working great. And even with all that steering, it's struggling. Oh, here we go. Okay, that was line 1. But there is a harder way to do it. All right, guys, so we did the first line, which is still hard for a lot of trucks, but this second way I found to do it is just like, I don't think anybody else has done it but me. So far I've done it with every one of my negative G builds. So we got to get up. Okay, so if I can get up here, we're going to go across the face of the rock instead of over it. Slow it down. Crank the steering. Oh, am I high centered? No. Okay, so wheelbase is a little bit too long to make what I'm calling the bonus gate, but it might be able to do it with the ruptures because the ruptures are a little bit taller. I'll just have to try that one another day. All right, let's see how we do on this one. Not too bad. I think that's another one where maybe having the front a little bit heavier might have helped. All right, this is one of the side hills out here at Lucky Peak. Well, I've never actually done this while holding a phone or trying to film. So I got my tripod, and we'll see if we can do it. I don't have high hopes with all that torque twist because it's a this side hill puts the right side of the truck up high, but we'll see how it does. And you'll really get to see the AM32 ESC in action. I do like all that steering though. So you have to go up over this knob and then turn back down to the left. think I almost had it. Let's see if I can kind of modify the line just a little bit. Not looking good. We'll go straight. Okay, if I can do it without going above the knob, that'd be new. That's new. I guess that's where that lightweight is coming into play. Alright guys, so that was the first run on the -G SC-v1 with Phoenix axles. This thing is it's brand new. Axles are new, the chassis kit's new, the servo's new, the motor, everything on it is brand new. So that was like the very first run. For being a first run, I'm pretty happy with it. It climbed a lot of the lines that I normally climb, and to be fair, all those lines, those are like lines that either I found or lines that only can be done with like a -G rig. But yeah, it did pretty good. I think I need to get those standard gears at least for the rear to try to kind of limit some of that torque twist. It's really weird to have torque twist on a portal truck, but having all of that steering is really nice. Didn't damage anything. Motor's warm. ECU's cold. Motor's it's probably cooled off a little bit, but it's probably like 75 degrees. So on 4S 1850 kV, it's totally fine. Even the servo is the warmest part of the truck. The servo's probably, it's going to be like 85 to 90 degrees. The servo's a 12-volt servo, so I'm not surprised it's getting warm, but so far they're holding up. I'm running 12-volt servos on 4S on 2 different trucks just because. I don't know if it needs weight in front. I think I need to get the standard gears before anything else. I think that'll make a huge difference. But yeah, that's the build, and that was the first drive. I'm gonna, of course, mess around with it, mess with the setup a little bit, and see if we can make it perform any better. All right, guys, if you have any questions, leave them in the comments, and as always, thank you for watching.